Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting adventure reading with Grandma. Today we're going to read the second installment of Molly and Albert. This story is called Molly and Albert Spend a Day at the Zoo. And you can see there's Molly and Albert right there. And like I explained before in the Three Little Kitten stories, when my mother, who by the way is 90, in case you're new to my channel and don't know this, when she writes children's stories, she adds a few coloring pages in each one. So when they're reading the stories, they can color the picture to go along with it. She cuts out coloring books and pages, or she has somebody draw the pictures. Depends on what she can do. So we're going to start our adventure. Molly and Albert spend the day at the zoo. It was a warm Saturday in August, and the twins' mother told them they were going to the zoo, and the twins' father would be able to go with them as he didn't work on weekends. Molly and Albert were excited. The mother had told them that she and Daddy were going to take them to the zoo later that day. The twins couldn't wait. They had never been to the zoo and wondered how it would be seeing all those wild animals. They knew that there were lions and tigers and bears, penguins, and probably a whole lot more they didn't even know about. Soon everyone was ready. Their mother had packed a big picnic lunch for them to enjoy later that day. The twins didn't know it, but their mother had packed a special surprise for them, because tomorrow would be their 7th birthday. They weren't even thinking about their birthday. They just were wondering what they would see. They imagined seeing fierce lions and tigers and bears, and maybe a lot more than they'd ever seen before. Molly said to Albert, "What do you think it would be like seeing all those wild animals?" Albert said he wasn't sure what they would see, but he told Millie he couldn't wait to see everything. They were so excited they could hardly eat. The twins hurried up with their breakfast. Mother told them to go brush their teeth and get dressed while she finished packing their lunch. She carefully packed the twins' birthday cake, hoping it would stay in one piece until it was unpacked. She had spent a lot of time baking and decorating it, and she wanted it to stay nice. By 10:30, everyone was ready. The twins were eager to get going, so they had hurried and were all dressed and ready to go to the zoo. Their mother checked her picnic basket and some other things that she had decided to take with her, like a change of clothes for the twins. No telling how dirty they could get, so she had to be prepared. The twins got into the car and sat quietly while their parents loaded everything into the trunk. Soon they were off to see all of the animals. About 3/4 of an hour, the family arrived at the zoo. They were lucky there was still a lot of parking near the entrance. There were carts at the entrance for families to put things into. It was much easier than carrying everything by hand. After loading up their lunch and other packages, they started around the big circle that held all the animals. They were behind high fences and located lower than the people walked by, but all the animals were very visible. The first thing they saw was a family of lions. There was a male and a female. The father lion, who had a big fluffy mane just below his neck, roared as people walked by, while the 3 little cubs rolled around together and didn't pay much attention to all the people going by. And there is a picture of the lion. I think she drew that one. I don't think she copied that out of a book. It looks like it's hand-drawn. Pretty good for 90 years old, huh? At the next exhibit, there were 2 big tigers. The sign said they were 2 grown tigers with 2 little cubs, but they weren't visible. Their mother said they were probably inside the cave-like enclosure. Then there was a very big cage with strong bars up at eye level. There were lots of monkeys in there, and there were coconut shells and banana peels scattered all over the floor of the cage. The monkeys chattered loudly as people passed by, some holding out their little hands for treats. The twins noticed that there were places you could buy food to feed some of the animals. And there's one of the tigers, sitting there walking through the bamboo. Of course, all the children coming into the zoo wanted their parents to buy treats for the animals, but their father said he had noticed that most families bought them as they came into the zoo, so he didn't think that they would buy anything right away. Let's wait and see if anything we can get later on. They might find something no one had thought to buy. Next, they came to a big building. As they went inside, they saw birds of every kind behind the glass. There were tree branches for them to perch on, and a lot of low rocks, big and small, on the ground level. And she put a picture of a gazelle in there. Maybe that's in the next page. We haven't got to the story about gazelles yet. There were so many more and different birds than the twins had ever seen. As the people moved along a rail their size of the glass, there were signs telling the visitors what kind of birds were behind each enclosure. The twins and their family came to one enclosure that held some penguins. There were big ones and little ones. And there's the penguins with their little babies. A family of 4. And there are the big penguins. Right in our nice enclosure. That's a good picture for somebody to color. Probably my little grandson will. The twins were surprised to see snow piled around everywhere at this exhibit. The twins' parents explained to them that this was the penguins' natural habitat. The twins were surprised to see... Sorry, she repeated herself there. Next, there was a big fish tank full of several different fish, and down near the bottom was a frog leaping high up in the water. Then they came to 2 big dolphins swimming along in a very large pool with several different kinds of fish. As the family got to this exhibit, the dolphin was being fed. There are the dolphins. There's all the little fish down at the bottom, all the bubbles. Then they came to the next glass enclosure that was filled with several kinds of snakes. Ew. Some were very large. The twins hurried past this exhibit. They really didn't like snakes of any kind, so they hurried past. I don't blame them. They don't like snakes either. They walked around to the last exhibit. There were 2 polar bears and their 2 cubs. Although the large bears looked kind of fearsome, the twins liked the cubs. Molly said to Albert, "I wish we could take one of those cubs home with us. They're so cute and look so cuddly." The bears were the last exhibit in that building, so the family left there and around the park looking at other things. Here's some fish they saw in the aquarium. The twins' mother said, "Seeing those dolphins being fed, I think it's about time we had lunch ourselves. See the tables over there? Go sit down on one of the benches. I'll be there in just a minute. Daddy is on the way out to the car to get our lunch." The family was soon busy enjoying the nice lunch that their mother had packed for them. After they had finished their salads and sandwiches, the twins asked if there were any cookies. As their mother reached into one of the baskets, she said, "Maybe I have something better. You 2 close your eyes for a minute." And then she brought out the cake, a big oblong one. She had also brought some candles. As their mother put 7 candles on the cake, she and their father sang happy birthday, and then wished them a happy 7th birthday. Molly and Albert were so surprised. Albert said, "I didn't even think about our birthday. I was so thinking about everything I would be seeing at the zoo. We've seen lots of animals, and maybe there's more to see." Their father said, "Yes, there's a little more to see. Once we've eaten our lunch, we'll take you around so you can see all the other animals." The twins looked so happy. They had seen so many things at the zoo so far, and there were more animals to see, but what had been the biggest surprise was the big birthday cake their mother had brought. The family walked along. Then they were at the exit. There were a few stands where people were selling food, hoping people would buy something from them. But the twins' family were full, having just finished their lunch, so they walked over to their car, and as their parents were loading up everything, the twins got in and buckled themselves in their seatbelts. Then they went off toward their home, filled with a nice lunch and an even nicer cake. By the time the family got home, the twins were ready for bed. They were really tired from their trip to the zoo, but they were happy too. That had been one of the best surprise birthdays they had ever had. Maybe the twins dreamed about their trip to the zoo. What do you think? Do you think they dreamed about their trip to the zoo? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think the twins were dreaming about after their lovely trip. And what do you think these twins should look like? Should they be blondes, brunettes, redheads, brown hair, black hair? somebody leave me a comment and let me know, and we'll color them, and then you can tell me what color your clothes should be, and we'll take care of that too. All right, you all have a really super great day and enjoy the adventure. Bye-bye.